Residents in Bayard are abuzz about a major addition to their downtown slated to open next month. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, for the first time in more than 2 years, the city of Bayard will once again have a grocery store. Mike Harmon bought the former Bayard Grocery to fill a need in his community and fulfill his life goal of owning his own business.
So I originally joined a board of people who were forming a co-op to look into reopening the grocery store, and after hearing some of the stuff that was going on, I decided that it might be feasible that we could do it ourselves. So we looked into that, and it was a long process, and what finally made us decide to do it is the state came with some COVID economic recovery funds for us that really helped us out a lot and kind of pushed us in this direction.
During the 2-year hiatus without a grocery store, he says locals were somewhat limited with having convenient food options.
When you're in town, you're in Bayard, and you need something and you have to grab it, then, you know, there's no place to go, especially for fresh options, you know, meat, produce, things like that. So I think the store being closed has really made people realize what an asset it was here in town, and I think this will be a great addition and help a lot of people out.
Al's Market is set to open next month and will offer a full variety of grocery options, grab-and-go sandwiches, and even wild game. He says equipment has caused some delays, but the store needed only minor touch-ups from its previous ownership. He says now they're ready to hire a full range of employees for jobs at the grocery store and encourages anybody interested to apply.
So we are going to be holding kind of a job fair type environment. We'll be doing interviews on Saturday the 20th from 1 to 4 and Wednesday the 24th from 2 to 7. Anybody that's interested in a job can stop by and check us out and see if maybe they want to come be part of our team.
Al's Market is located right in downtown Bayard at 305 Main Street. Well, a 35-year-old Scottsbluff man was arrested following a pursuit and crash Wednesday afternoon stemming from a Scottsbluff Police Protection Order violation investigation. Josh Larez was driving a black Honda Accord on Five Rocks at Stable Club and led officers on a southbound pursuit. He lost control of the car, rolled it into an alley on the east side of Five Rocks, and fled on foot. Authorities were able to track him down, where he was taken to the hospital for care of his injuries. Pending charges include multiple protection order violations, flight to avoid arrest, possession of meth and fentanyl, and leaving the scene of an injury accident. We'll have more news right after this.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
Renewal by Andersen. Enjoy the view again. There is nothing like that morning cup of coffee when you have Renewal by Andersen windows. Their exclusive Fibrex material is twice as strong as vinyl. The difference is huge. No more drafts, no more absurd heating or cooling bills. A quiet home, the outside noise is gone. Renewal by Andersen's incredible financing offer is here right now. No money down, no interest, no payments for a full year. Book your free estimate right now at rbawyoming.com. Enjoy the view again with Renewal by Andersen windows.
Welcome back. Conservatives in the Nebraska legislature had just enough votes to fold a proposed 12-week abortion ban into a bill that would ban gender-affirming health for minors. As expected, Tuesday's debate over the plan was raucous, with lawmakers opposed to the plan, sparring with Republican Lieutenant Governor Joe Kelly, who presided over the legislature, and accusing him of trashing legislative rules to help push through the plan. During debate on whether the amendment was germane, Senator John Kavanaugh of Omaha said it clearly wasn't, as abortion hasn't come up in previous rounds of debate.
And it wouldn't be talked about today, but for the fact that this amendment is attempting to insert it into this bill. And so there's been a lot made in this session, a lot of frustration about moving the goalposts, changing the rules to get desired outcomes. And that's exactly what's happening here.
The quarreling stretched what was supposed to be a 2-hour process to 6 hours before a vote to end debate won the 33 votes it needed to set up other votes to advance the plan. The merged bill must now survive another round of voting to pass. Well, major changes are coming to the operations of the Scottsbluff Star-Herald, including a reduction in the number of daily print editions. Western Nebraska editor Joan Van Kampen confirmed the print edition would be published Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays starting on June 13th, but added that the size of those papers would be comparable to the usual Sunday paper. Printing of the Star-Herald will be moving to Rapid City, with delivery being provided by the United States Postal Service. It is unknown how many jobs will be lost here locally with the pending changes, but publisher Jim Mortimer announced his position of 37 years has been cut, and all newspaper carrier positions will soon be obsolete as well. And a local couple was presented a key to the city during Monday's Scottsbluff City Council meeting. Gilbert and Valeria Rodriguez were the grand marshals of the recent Cinco de Mayo parade and are very active in the community. Mayor Jeannie McCarrigan highlighted their involvement with the nonprofit Empowering Families.
Together they have volunteered with Empowering Families, a local nonprofit co-founded by Valeria that works to build a stronger and more welcoming community through education, civic participation, and individual empowerment. They have registered and educated community members on the voter process. They believe that civic participation is the way to make your voice heard.
Other folks who have received a key to the city include longtime city attorney Howard Olson and longtime city manager Rick Kukan.
Morrill County Community Hospital and the behavioral health providers are here to help. Amber Dean specializes in mental health care, which includes medication and therapy across a person's lifespan. Melody Lacey helps people deal with a wide range of behavioral problems, from depression and anxiety to child psychiatry. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time. At Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska. Exceptional care right here at home.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Some endings and some beginnings today as we get you updated here at the Sports Desk. It's the final day for state track and field for Class B competitors in Omaha. You see some of the highlights from yesterday, including, of course, more domination from Gering star Maddie Seiler. That went in the 3,200 meters. She beat the second place runner by 26 seconds. Seiler will run in the mile and 800 meters individually today, looking for some more hardware. Great effort by the Gering boys 2-mile relay team yesterday, finishing 6th and finding the podium. The hurdle events will also have a panhandle flavor today in the finals, with Paige Horn of Scottsbluff in the 100s against Chloe Aarons of Sydney. The Shadron boys hurdlers in both the 110s and 300s should be excellent. The Western Nebraska Pioneers are on the practice field together for the first time this afternoon. The Pios set to open their season next Tuesday at home against North Platte. We'll hear from first-year head coach Brandon Nelson coming up on Monday's edition here at the Sports Desk. In Legion baseball last night, the Wesco Zephyrs got beat on the road by Douglas, Wyoming 8-5. Cam Meyer, the tough luck losing pitcher on the mound. He allowed just one earned run at the plate. A couple of hits for Aiden Vargas. Moy Panduro drove in a couple of runs last night. The Z's have had a slow start to the year with some rainouts and the 0-4 record. Gearing's Legion season, they'll start next week. Platte Valley Companies with games against Sidney and Alliance. Also next week, the boys Class B state golf tournament at Monument Shadows. Scottsbluff qualified as a team after winning the B4 district meet Tuesday in Sidney. Tommy Dredla, the top scorer for the Cats in that meet. Gehring will have one player involved on their home course next week at Monument Shadows. Jack Mazer qualifying tied for 10th at districts earlier this week. Now in Class C, Cale Peters won a district title, and he'll be one of the favorites for a state title next week in Class C at Columbus. That is the latest today. A quick update from right here at the FNBO Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell.
Culture trumps everything else.
In my years, I've never worked for a company that treats people the way this one does.
It is my passion for agriculture that brought me here in the first place, but not only that, there's a huge family-oriented atmosphere within the 21st Century Equipment.
I love working for 21st. They found something in me that I didn't know in myself. An intern to where I'm at now is such a great opportunity, and that is what this company is about.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. Our personalized trust services can help you do just that. You've worked hard to build your legacy, and you want to make sure that gets passed on for generations to come. We offer the professional guidance necessary to ensure that happens, according to your wishes. We pride ourselves in being friendly and professional while offering a highly tailored full line of trust and estate planning services to accommodate you. You belong here.
And finally tonight, the Skyview Drive-In Theater is set to open to the public starting this evening to kick off its 2023 season. Initially created in 2020 during the start of the COVID pandemic, the theater relocated to Scottsbluff near the airport and offers food and other beverage offerings as well. Executive Director Tina Worthman says during the off-season, they reached out to local food trucks to start a Food Truck Friday.
We're trying to recruit some food trucks to be here on Friday nights. We have our concessions trailer, but we want to add some other interesting things, come and hang out, get some different food, and really try to work with local food trucks and other businesses in town to make that work. We're working with some local breweries to make a beer fest night and being able to have a beer garden. So different things to just make that experience, just take it one step higher.
Worthman says retro drive-ins and retro movies go together, so Skyview will be showing retro movies during the weekends through Labor Day.
We're going to have what were the best movies in 1988? Then we've got some other murder mysteries from some interesting things to do that are different and exciting and just a little different than what you would normally do, kind of going back to the era when drive-ins were a thing, because this is kind of a retro kind of idea that's come back.
You can head on over to the Midwest Theater's website to get a full schedule of upcoming movies at both the Skyview and the downtown Scottsbluff Theater. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.